What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're creating a portrait illustration of Stoick the Vast from How to Train Your Dragon. Now for today's lesson I'll be drawing with this 0.7mm mechanical pencil with a 2B graphite stick. Let's begin by adding some guidelines in the center of our page to help with the balance and symmetry of our drawing. We're going to start by sketching a line coming down the center. Let's start from the very top of our page. Just going to lightly work our way down towards the bottom. Now in the center, let's draw another line going across from left to right. Now I'm going to use these two lines to help us create a circle along the top of our page. So from that center point, let's move up, mark off the top of our circle. Now you want to measure that same distance from the center down towards the bottom and do the same thing. Let's repeat that across this horizontal line. So measuring the distance from the center over towards the left and then the right side. Now you connect the center point of each mark with a curve to create a circle. Let's start with the top left. Just going to rough this in. The circle doesn't have to be perfect. We're just using this as a guide. Just working our way around and just smoothing that out. Let's move to the side of our circle, add another guideline coming all the way down towards the bottom of our page. And we'll add another line going across the bottom of our circle. Now we're going to use these guidelines in the circle to help us build out the basic shape of the head. Let's start from the side of our circle. We're going to add a curve for the bottom of the helmet. It's going to come down in the middle and then bend that back up. Now I want to create a gap in between the eyes. So from that center line, let's move over towards the left, draw a straight line coming down. Let's take that same distance from the center over towards the right. Now most of the character's expression is going to come from the shape of the eyebrows. So let's start on the left line, about halfway down. It's going to bend the eyebrow, going up and then out. Now it's going to line this up over on the right. We're just going to raise this up higher. We're going to go up and then bend that down. Let's add some thickness to the eyebrow. Starting back on the left, we're going to go up and then down toward the outside. On the right, we're going to go up above the edge of the helmet and then bring that down. Let's go back to the inside corner of the brow, draw the top of the eyelid, going up and then down on the left. Do the same thing on the right. Let's round out the bottom of the eye, going down and then up. Now on the left side, I'm just going to raise up the lower eyelid. Just going to go across and then in. Let's tuck the iris and pupil underneath the eyelid. Starting on the left, along the top, draw a half circle, coming down and then up, and do the same thing on the right. Now let's go back down towards the bottom of our circle, sketch a larger circle for the nose, going around and then up. And then from the side, I'm just going to angle this up and then in. Let's go to the side of the nose. We're going to bend the mustache, going out and then down towards the outside line. From the outside, curve the mustache coming down, and then bend that up towards the center, underneath the nose. Now let's move down and draw a curve for the top edge of the beard. And then from the outside of the mustache, we're going to curve the beard, going around and then back in. Just going to fade that out across the bottom. Now I'm going to go up towards the side of the brow. It's going to curve the cheeks, going out and then down towards the side. Let's block in the ears. We're going to start from the top left, go all the way around, and then pull that in. And then from the bottom of the ears, we're going to curve the beard, going out and then down. Let's go back up to the top, curve the shoulders, going out towards the side. Now I'm going to create a point along the top of the helmet. So from the left side, it's going to bend this up and in towards the top of our circle. Go out and down towards the right. Now I'm going to add a trim across the top in the center of the helmet. Now I want to roughen those horns along the side of the helmet. Let's start on the left. We're going to go out and up. Now we just want to mirror this over on the right side. Curve the horns and then bend that up and in. Let's add some thickness to the horns. Just going to come around and in towards the side of the helmet. Now with our rough sketch in place, we're going to clean this up by erasing some of these guidelines. And now we use this rough sketch as a guide to help us add some more detail and refine the expressions. Let's start with the eyebrows. We'll start with the left side. It's going to add a little bit of texture going up and out along the bottom. And it can work our way along the top. Just adding some points and hair going up and across towards the outside. And you can make it a little bit bushier if we want to. Coming in. Now let's go over towards the right. Again, we're just going to raise this up a little bit higher. Across towards the outside. That's going to work our way across the top of the eye. Again, just raising the eyelid on the bottom. And on the right side, we're just going to raise this up a little bit higher. So it's got that suspicious look and expression. Back and just add some more detail to the nose, going a little bit wider along the base. And just pulling that in. Let's add some folds inside the brow. And now from here, it's going to work our way across the mustache. Again, so adding some more texture along the inside. Going to add a band on the end, and we'll add some braids. Just going to rough this in, going out towards the side. Now with the mouth, I'm just going to curve this up towards the right. Again, just adding a little bit of texture across the edge of the beard. Now I want to go back and add some more shape to the outside of the head. Just working our way around the cheeks. I'm just going to add some hair along the outside. I'll just tuck the ears in behind. Now with the beard, we're just going to rough in the texture. Just going from the mustache, working our way down. I'm just going to fade that out towards the bottom of our page. Just brushing the beard around the side and then in towards the middle. Now along the side, we're just going to add some layers. Almost like large braids going out. And again, just lightly adding some texture along the inside. And just add another layer underneath. I'm just going to add a knot along the bottom. Some texture inside the horns. Now we're going to go back one final time, just clean up our drawing before we add some more detail and shading. Now we can go back and just add some more contrast to our lines. So we'll start with the brow again. Just adding those fine details across the hairs. Now with the texture and the mustache, we're going to darken up the bottom and the top. Just kind of leave a little bit of a gap in the center to create a bit of a highlight effect. Just add some light lines in between. Now with the rest of the body and the beard, we don't need to get too detailed with this. I'm just going to rough this in and just capture the right shape and textures. I'm just going to fade the rest of the detail out towards the side. Also adding a little bit of fur along the back, from the shoulders. And now we're going to go in and start adding some shadows. We'll start with the inside of the eyes. Just darken up the top of the brow and then fade that out. I'm just going to add a few cracks across the edge of the helmet. And then with the horns, we're just going to darken up the bottom and just fade that up towards the center. So start with the left side, just going up to create a bit of a highlight along the top. And we're just going to fade that out towards the side. And we'll darken up the tip of the horns and then fade that down. You see that I'm adding a core shadow coming across and then back down towards the bottom of the horn. Now, as we get near the end, we're just going to clean up our shadows and always be sure to sign our artwork. And that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of Stoick the Vast. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single week. You can also check out our other channels. I'll leave the links for you in the description below. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.